The European Union's Brexit court case starts on the same day when France and Spain have suspended AstraZeneca. Well, hello everyone and welcome to today's second program. All these updates that we've had for you guys from the European Commission over the last couple of weeks, with them saying they're going to take us to court over the Brexit deal, is actually happening as of today. And yeah, I'm going to explain exactly what the problem is with Brussels and how they're not used to this Brexit Britain and how we are actually an independent and sovereign country. So they're kicking off for no reason. Before we start today's program, if you are a member of this channel, check out the community tab on the channel on the main page. Then you could actually sign up to our newsletters. We've just launched a new weekly newsletters that will be published as of this coming Sunday. If you're not a member, become a member. There's a join button next to subscribe, or you can find the link in the description. Now, let's kick off because Bloomberg are reporting that today the European Commission have started their legal action against Brexit Britain, even though they haven't even ratified the Brexit deal. They're saying that the UK are breaking international law. They are obsessed with that phrase, breaking international law. So this whole thing is over Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom, the UK government, are trying to protect the integrity of our union. And the European Union want to tell us what to do and how we can trade inside Northern Ireland, which is part of our country. And they're not happy about the fact that the Boris Johnson's government have said, let's just delay the process to implement the protocol so that we know exactly everything's smooth and we know exactly what we're going to do. Somehow, the European Union are now against extensions. The same European Union who were obsessed with extensions during the Brexit negotiations. Now they've said that the recent measures once again set the UK on a path of a deliberate breach of its international law obligations and the duty of good faith. They are not too happy about this, as according to the Commission's Vice President. They're now saying that this whole thing will raise doubts about the UK government's commitment to the Northern Ireland part of the Brexit agreement. Well, it doesn't raise doubts when it comes to the UK government's commitment to Northern Ireland in general, because the whole point is to protect Northern Ireland against the Eurocrats telling us what to do. Because you must have heard that a few weeks ago, they decided to ban British soil in Northern Ireland, which is still technically the UK, no matter what the European Unions tell you. Now, this whole thing has now had some reaction from the UK government side as well. They're saying that this is not a big deal, that the measures we've taken are temporary and the European Union are overreacting. And yeah, they're saying that this is lawful and it's part of a progressive and good faith implementation of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Again, everything's happening at the same time when political moves are happening in Europe. We had Emmanuel Macron earlier today deciding to suspend and ban AstraZeneca in France. Then, about half an hour ago, we had the Spanish government coming out to also suspend AstraZeneca. Somehow, because there have been some issues with certain jabs, as usual, it happens with jabs and side effects, they're kicking off saying that AstraZeneca is not safe. Pfizer have had more issues. We've had more side effects and issues from Pfizer. They seem to be okay with Pfizer. Yeah, Pfizer's safe. AstraZeneca, because it's coming from Oxford, and partly because it's also partly Swedish, they've decided to play games. Then they've decided to go to Vladimir Putin, the Russian government. They're now considering getting Sputnik in exchange. The Russian government that the European Union have been telling you for years that you can't trust them. You shouldn't be friendly with them. They've also said Sputnik is not safe. And they were angry when Hungary decided to sign a contract with Putin on this. Now, they're saying that actually, we just discovered Putin's Sputnik is really good. We might consider actually getting them over AstraZeneca. This is just full of political games at this point. But it's Monday. We've received a lot of questions on a number of issues from the members of this channel. Let's go to the first one from Kirsty. He says, "Hi Maya, do we know when the findings from the Scottish handling of the committee, the harassment committee, will be announced?" And yes, and are we going to find out if they've broken the ministerial code? This saga with Nicola Sturgeon is ongoing. It's getting worse considering her own chief whip had to resign in Westminster because more allegations. And we just discovered that she also knew about those allegations before it was announced. Another cover-up. But the issue with the Alex Salmond side, it's she's somehow survived that hearing where she didn't answer any questions. But it is still ongoing. It's not the end. And the only way you could get rid of her at this point is a motion of no confidence, which the Scottish Tories are planning to actually implement. We don't know exactly when that's going to happen. The Baroness MGSW trans healer says, as the French are escorting illegal migrants with the virus towards us, why haven't our government taken any action? Yes, what's happening with this? And I get it. And there should be any punishment when it comes to the French authorities? No, absolutely not. There's no accountability from the French authorities' side. The Home Office are very soft on this at this point. Priti Patel comes out every now and then, releases some sort of statement, but we're not doing anything about it. And it's very, very worrying that the Home Office and the Border Force are so slow when it comes to actually reacting to the boat situation on the day. The government have said that they want to now stop these activist left-wing lawyers from starting these cases, last-minute court cases against deportations. But that's a whole different game. That's for when they've already arrived, they've gone through the process, application, and got rejected. What about beforehand? We still need to find a way to stop them from coming in. June Rose says, what do you think about the police handling of the women attending a vigil for Sarah Everard, comparing to the BLM protests last summer? Yes, so as I said in the previous video that I made on this issue and yesterday as well, it's been shambolic. There's one debate about whether some people, because they're pro-lockdown and they say we should follow the rules, you shouldn't have any mass gatherings, so the police should stop them. Then there are some people who say that no, protests should be legal regardless. Put that aside. Let's just say if the police have to enforce the law, the regulation that we have, doesn't mean that they have to be that robust. Doesn't mean that they have to go storm through the whole crowd and start chaos. Don't forget there were a lot of people, part of that crowd, who were hard left activists who were just looking for trouble. And so that was always going to happen, unfortunately. But the Met Police should have been a lot smarter than this. But it goes back to Sadiq Khan as a commissioner and Cressida Dick as obviously the head of the Met at this point, that they need to learn from these mistakes, and someone has to answer. She hasn't resigned yet, because this is not the first incident. She's been under a lot of criticism recently over the last year or so, and she's still surviving for some reason. I don't know. Alan says, what are the chances of Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe being released by Iran at her next court appearance? Yeah, Boris got involved last week. Yes. Yeah, it's difficult because people celebrated a few days ago when they said that their Nazanin's sentence 5 years is over. I knew that the Iranian government are going to find some sort of excuse to start another court case. And they can't find evidence that she's a spy. So they're saying that, oh, well, on the grounds that she's been spreading propaganda against Iran. Sure, that's fair, right? Because, just spreading propaganda against the Iranian government, you should be in jail again. They're going to wait to see what Joe Biden's government are going to do with the Iran deal and use that as a political tool. That's all it is. It's just political games for the Iranians. Kevin says, hi Maya, see we're heading for stormy waters in Parliament over the next week or so. Do you think the MPs, backbenchers, will have the backbone to stop Boris from extending the lockdown powers? The furlough has been extended until September, and yes, as you know, Boris wants to extend the lockdown powers. They've already extended furlough until September, and backbenchers are preparing for another rebellion, which is probably going to be another failed rebellion. They don't have the numbers. But I really want cross-party movement on this, because there should be some sensible MPs from different parties to also get together and actually ask the government why. If you have a roadmap, and if you think that you need the lockdown powers written in law until the 21st of June, sure, just ask for extension until 21st of June, because they're going to end in March, in this month. Why would you want to extend it till September unless you know something we don't know? So at this point, I don't know if the MPs are going to actually have some sort of backbone, but the usual lot who've been rebelling, they're going to be ready to vote against it. Tim Hill says, hi Maya, have you seen Angela Rayner going on about nurses being offered only 1% pay rise when she has claimed more in expenses than she's paid? And also, yes, David Lammy has had some issues as well with expenses. Yeah, as you guys know, that I did a video on Angela Rayner spending taxpayers' money to buy not just Apple AirPods, but a lot of Apple products and all the expensive equipment that MPs apparently need for their offices. And not just one set of AirPods, two or three, I believe. And I don't understand this. And now she's going on about the NHS nurses not receiving more than 1% pay rise. I fully agree with Tim, because there's a bit of hypocrisy and double standards. If you really care, show some sympathy and actually don't waste taxpayers' money on nonsense. But it is what it is. Labour MPs, there's a history of corruption, well, generally speaking, from most politicians from most parties at this point, but specifically recently with the Labour Party politicians we've seen. John says, "Hi Maya, you report that the European Commission is taking the UK to the European Court of Justice over the Northern Ireland Protocol." Yeah, so he's basically just talking about the punishment and how they're going to enforce the judgment. This is actually a fair question, and because, as John says, we're no longer a member of the European Union to receive any fines or penalties that could be deducted from our money that we pay for the European budget. How are they going to do this? Well, there are a couple of ways. One is the fact that, this European Court of Justice is now the referee. We're not a member. They haven't ratified the Brexit deal in the European Parliament, or they could not ratify the deal, which means we're going to have to trade on WTO terms. But that's also bad for them. So they're not going to do that. Anything they want to do is just a bit of a bluff. And I think Lord Frost, who's in charge of this from the UK side, knows this. This is just games, political games and bluff. They can't really punish it in that sense. If they want to impose tariffs, then the UK could retaliate, and then it just undermines the whole deal. So let's just trade on WTO terms if you want tariffs on goods. So they can't really, as I said, implement any fines or take the money out, deducted from our European budget, because we don't really pay them anymore. And apart from the divorce settlement. So they can't do that. All they can do is either enforce tariffs or just not ratify the Brexit deal. It's lose-lose. I don't know why they're even bothering with this, but they love their court cases, they love their paperwork, but it is what it is. I will keep you guys posted on this as usual. This is all the time I have, because I'm going to prepare for 8:30 p.m. If you are a member of our Discord channel, if you don't know, if you haven't joined, the link is in the description or in the pinned comment. Just join Discord, and I'll also put the video on how to join Discord and what it looks like, because if you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a discussion board. I'm gonna do a quick voice kind of chat with you guys. It's sort of like a live stream, but just audio, not video. You have to go on the left hand side, scroll down to Maya's radio, and you could join us there at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Join us there, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell next to it so you get updated with all the videos that we have. I'm Maya Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.